Right Honorable Raila ODINGA, Vice Chancellor, Governor Nairobi incoming. My name is Davis Binoluach. I was born in the plateaus of Nyabondo, Nyakach constituency, Kisumu County, in the shores of Lake Victoria. Baba, I work for your party. I'm the last one there. I graduated from university 2 years ago, and I'm one of the last entrants in the ODM party, courtesy of, I saw Benson Musungu somewhere. They scouted me, and yes. I want to ask this question, Baba. What do you think about the history of Kenya? There are things we are taught in the books, and there are things we read in your book, and in Jaramogi's book, uhuru, and in Ngugi wa Thiong'o's books, and in Daniel Branch's Looters and Grabbers and Kenyans Between Hope and Despair. There's a very big disconnect. There are people we are told are heroes of this country. But if you look at the real history books, they're not heroes. Is it time we rewrite the history of Kenya? That's my first question. Number two, Baba, what do you think about our generation? What should be our biggest generational goal? Because Jaramogi and Bildad Kagia and the team fought for colonialism, and they can see, and that day when the world will end, God will ask them what they did in this world, and they will say we drove away the colonialists. And Baba will be asked, and his generation, what did you fight for? What did you fight for? And Baba will say, I fought for multipartyism and devolution. Baba, what do you think this generation, my generation, should focus on? I went to Baba's office one day, and I had a quote, and I want to complete with this quote from Baba's office. It was a quote by Martin Luther King Jr. It motivated me, and I want to read it in this forum today, so that it may motivate you. And it says, and I think it's one of the quotes that motivates Baba, that you may be 38 years old, as I happen to be, and one day some great opportunity stands before you and calls you to stand up for some great principle, some great issue, some great cause, and you refuse to do it because you are afraid. Continues, you refuse to do it because you want to live longer. You are afraid that you will lose your job, or you are afraid that you will be criticized, or that you will lose your popularity, or you are afraid that somebody will stab you or shoot you, or bomb your house. So you refuse to take the stand. Well, you may go on to live until you are 90, but you are just as dead.
Thank you.
At 38 as you will be at 90. Thank you so much. Davis Binoluach from Nyakach.
Thank you. Give this lady. Finish. There. I don't know how the mic will get up there.
Comrades power! Comrades power! My name is Gitaranga Esther. I am the president of all female students in Kenya. Baba, you've said, thank you. Baba, you've said that we have had 60 years of colonial power, and we have had 60 years under our own government. And there are some people who are really trying to sabotage the steps we are taking as young people. You have held our hand, we as the young women, and generally all the youth. And there are people like Chairman Maina Njenga who have taken up what you're doing to come and hold our hand, to come and support us. So the moment he's being attacked, the attacks come to us. They come to women and they said, Chairman Mutembei na wasichana, ama sisi ni wanaume. It is very unfair, and when they try to sideline us, they try to remove us from the picture, and then they call our young men Mungiki. But the moment they kill our young men under the disguise of Mungiki, it means even us as women will not get husbands, will not get good fathers. They are talking about alcoholism among Mount Kenya people. When Chairman tried to collect these young men back together and give them a vision, a purpose, he's trying to dissociate and to destroy these young men. Therefore, an attack on the young men of Mount Kenya is directly an attack to us as women. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Let us be upstanding for our national anthem. DJ, our national anthem as we close. please. Excuse me, just hold on, just pause. Let Baba say something, then we close, please. The chair, just a minute.
Hello. I thought I would. Hello. Yeah, I thought it would be probably to just say a few words only. First, I appreciate the issues that have been raised by those who have an opportunity to speak on behalf of the others. All of them actually point out one thing, that things are not going in the right direction in our country. That Kenya needs some kind of rectification. Project Kenya. Somebody asked about the compensation for the Mau-Maus. That is a subject for another day. But I want to say that, throughout the history of our country, there have always been two forces pulling in two opposite directions. There are the protests for change and development, the forces for retention of the status quo. That those who have been fighting to retain the status quo. Even when people were fighting for independence, that those whose intention was basically to remove the colonial system, remove Azungus, and bring in an African regime, and use those powers which the colonialists were using to oppress the natives, use it themselves as Africans to lord it over fellow Africans. That's why the Grand Zulu went, they said, Wazungu weusi wameingia. They came in, they transplanted the colonial system, and then themselves became the colonizers. They're using the very same system that the British were using to oppress the African people, they're using it to oppress the fellow African people. But those who said they wanted to make independence meaningful, people who were fighting against colonialism because colonial system was ruthless, was alien, was dictatorial. They wanted to replace it with a system that was more responsive to their needs. A system that will be more humane. A system that will enable them to realize their dreams. And that's why they are talking about the fundamental rights of the people of Kenya. The right to life. The right to food. The right to shelter. The right to health. The right to education. For the fundamental human rights of our people. And if you can guarantee those rights, Kenya can prosper. So we have seen this before. The first regime came and went. The second regime came and went. Under the first regime, there was an attempt to allow people to get into the economy of this country. So a kind of an African middle class was emerging, but it was still very small. The major part of middle class was still very much alien. The second class that came, the second regime, tried to suppress that emerging African middle class and create what is called the comprado bourgeois, comprado regime, commission agents. Those regime were just to let a commission happen. It impoverished our people completely. The third regime tried, and there was a clear vision. That's why that regime came up with the vision